Welcome back everyone to the Levi Spade Show. Your host Levi, back again with another video on stocks. Hey, the reason why I started this YouTube channel was to document my journey as an investor. I have quite a few more years before I retire, and I want to be able to have an actual retirement savings so that I can retire comfortably and not have to worry about working more years and save up my Social Security. Who knows if Social Security will even be around then. It may be drastically different and work a whole lot different than what it is right now. So I want to be able to have money in different buckets and be able to not worry about where the next paycheck is coming from. So right now is a very interesting time because in the world of investing, it's really shifted where the average individual is able to access all this information from Google and from all these other companies that are wanting to empower the retail investor. And that just means someone like you and I. So you're able to easily digest all the information of the companies that publicly announce their earnings and their information about their business and how they're doing. So I want to be able to highlight in my videos on this channel what's going on, what I'm finding, and that hopefully that will give you inspiration and empower you guys to be able to set up yourself and the future that you have. This week I'm digging into a stock that I'm really excited about. I found some very interesting things about this particular company. For the past 4 quarters, it's beat quarterly earnings or met them. Wall Street's been happy with them. They've also acquired a company called Honey, and this is just a digital coupon company that helps save your money when you buy something online. This company has been very useful for people because it helps both individuals like you and I, and for those who want to do a small business and they're an entrepreneur, they want to start a small company, be able to accept payments out and about when they're meeting customers. So if you haven't guessed it already, I'm talking about the company PayPal, and their ticker symbol is PYPL. And what kind of stock is this? Well, it's a tech stock in the IT services sector, and it is a large cap growth stock, and that just simply means that their stock price right now is trading at around $119 here at the time of this recording. They are growing quite a bit, so they're considered a growth stock. Fundamentals of a stock are important to look at, and I'm always doing this when researching a stock that I haven't researched before. Fundamentals are always a key indicator as to the health of a business. So let's dive into some charts here real quickly on the fundamentals of PayPal. I'm going to again use macro trends and TD Ameritrade for this video. So let's dive into the first one here, and that is revenue. Revenue is a very important metric, if not the first thing investors look at when deciding whether to invest or to keep it or to eliminate from their portfolio. PayPal made about $5 billion this last quarter. That's 17% year over year quarterly growth. That just simply means the last quarter of last year at about the same time of year, they have 17% more in revenue. So they're obviously growing, grabbing more customers, and getting more sales. Now, out of all that money, their net income this last quarter was $507 million. Now, here's the little red flag that I came across, and that's 13% lower than year over year quarterly growth. So clearly there is something that happened there, whether some business decisions as to how their money is going to be used from revenue. Obviously, you can see that it's not quite as strong as other quarters for one reason or another. people must not have been using PayPal to do transactions, or foreign exchange rates increased or decreased. Because PayPal operates in so many different countries, this is a big factor in how PayPal performs quarterly. Here's the chart for long-term debt, and you can see that they have about $5 billion, which is also a flag. Up until a recent few quarters, they haven't had any debt, but now they've taken out some debt, probably due to the low interest rate, so they feel they can grab some of that extra cash and be able to grow their business even faster with that low interest and not lose too much money paying interest going forward. Okay, for cash on hand, they have about $10 billion. This is really impressive. And that's because it's about 18% increase year over year in quarterly growth. Man, they have some money there in the bank they can really use to pay short-term obligations and really be able to flex their muscles and do something with some of their products or services for their customers. You could almost say this is a very pivotal moment where they could really make a move and do something with that amount of money. Now here's an interesting chart, and that's the total assets for PayPal. They are at about $51 billion and increasing at a clip. They are at an 18.5% increase year over year quarterly growth. So they are growing and buying more assets as the years go on. Just like any other business, they're wanting to increase their footprint and make themselves available everywhere in the world and wherever you go online. Now, how does PayPal work? I've downloaded the app PayPal on my iPhone, and if I want to say buy something or sell something on Facebook, I'm able to easily use PayPal for that transaction. If, say, I'm a Netflix subscription user and I want to pay Netflix, I can use PayPal. The other day I was out and about and I saw some chocolates a small business owner was selling, and when I handed them my plastic card to pay, they used PayPal. So it allows the entrepreneur to be able to accept transactions and not always have to rely on cash transactions. They can use plastic as well. Now, they also allow small businesses and also some larger businesses incorporate PayPal into their business. So it's for the individual and also for the small business owner. Now, the way PayPal survives is the transaction fees that they charge people when that transaction happens. There's a small fee whenever I send money or receive money, and so the person sending that money is charged a small amount for every transaction. Now, PayPal also offers value-added services such as gateway and premium services for these bigger established businesses that want to do business with many customers. The markets PayPal is in the payment and value-added services markets. These are the two main categories PayPal gets their bread and butter. All of the money from customers and merchants. Now, the one that gets the most amount of money is the transaction fees. So every time someone's within the PayPal app or online making an online purchase using PayPal, PayPal receives a small amount of money per transaction. With all of the transactions that occur, that adds up very quickly. Now, the value-added services that PayPal provides is powerful. It connects the small business owner with the customer, and PayPal offers some boosted services and support for those people. So they charge those merchants a little bit more money for that to happen and to be implemented. Quarterly earnings. Here's a chart from TD Ameritrade. They display the quarterly earnings and what happens in a very nice laid out chart. And what I discovered too was when I was on the website is they have a handy little tool here where you're able to add the price chart of the stock overlaid with the quarterly earnings. So you're able to see what happens over time when those quarterly earnings happens and the price action of the stock. You may be wondering too, well, if this is just for PayPal, what about the competitors? TD Ameritrade has thought of that and knows that it's valuable to have that information. So they built a part of the website where you're able to see the peer comparison and able to see the closely following competitors of PayPal. So here it is, and you can see some of the competitors. So just a very handy tool that I've discovered that may be valuable to you guys. So here are the competitors of PayPal. You probably recognize some of these logos right off the bat, but there might be a few that you didn't consider. A lot of companies now are trying to compete with PayPal and be even better. Cash is something that's going to be of the past. Everybody's just going to have digital money, and they're going to want to use the device that they have in their pocket, and that's going to be their phone. We can already see it in Asia. That's what a lot of people are doing already. So to be able to allow people to send and receive money from person to person quickly, not have to use a check or carry around heavy change, is going to be crucial. And that's why I think PayPal can be a very big and important company in the future. You know, if PayPal were to go bankrupt or get bought out by another company, then the choices and options would be less. So PayPal is, again, a 51 billion size company and has become part of people's lives. You might be wondering, is PayPal part of my portfolio? And it has for quite a while now, but competition has caught up. And now I'm looking at this stock more closely to see if it's time to take profits. But I'm still looking at the weekly and monthly charts, being patient and seeing if PayPal can continue to innovate over the years and really listen to customers. I'm looking at that revenue trend to see if they keep up with the other competitors that I showed just a little while ago. You know, whether it's Square, which is a much smaller size company, versus Visa, which is a $75 billion company and doing really well. Their profit margins are exceptional. So those are just some of the things that I look at on macro trends and other sources. So just Google and do some of the research, and you guys will see that you can see the information very quickly. And the more that you learn, the quicker you're going to become at this. Say, if you guys found PayPal to be helpful and this video interesting, hit that like button. Consider subscribing to my channel. It will really help me out and mean a lot to me. And do hit that bell icon, so if you want to see the videos that I upload right away, then that will be possible. Well, that's all for now, and I'll see you guys in the next video.